Namaskar. Wishing you all a Shubh Deepawali. I'm here today to just share with you about some important points of worship and prayer for this 5-day festival of Deepawali. The first part of this video is in English and I will do the second part of this video in Hindi. In the comments, I will mention from what minute and second I'm starting with the Hindi version. Okay, so this video is both in English and Hindi. I'm starting with the English version first and I'll try and do a shortened video on this. Today is Dhanteras. A lot of people are busy buying gold and silver coins. A lot of people buy utensils on this day. But in a previous session, I had also shared that Lakshmi is not just Ma Lakshmi, is not just Aishwarya and is not just the Devi of Dhana. Kal Lakshmi, Yog Lakshmi. These are important aspects of Ma Lakshmi as well. Jai Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Santan Lakshmi, Saubhagya Lakshmi, Amrit Lakshmi. So let's not forget the other aspects of Ma Lakshmi. And why do we worship Ma Lakshmi today? On social media, a lot of people say that, it is not Dhanteras, it is not Mahalakshmi who has to be worshipped today, it is Lord Dhanvantari. So let me just explain it here. Today is the first day of the 5-day festival of Deepawali in the month of Kartik, when the sun is debilitated. When the sun is debilitated outside, in the body itself, in the physical body itself, Agni is Kshina, is reduced. Therefore, in the month of Kartik, we have all these important festivals. We have the festival of lights, Deepawali, and we should also not consume a lot of food in this month, in the lunar month of Kartik, because metabolism, the fire inside the body, Jatharagni, is weak, is Kshina. A lot of people celebrate Diwali by having alcohol, playing cards, etc. Remember, alcohol is the tattva of Rahu. And when there is an eclipse, then it is the smoky aspect of Rahu that envelopes the sun. So in the month of Kartik, when the Agni is weak in all the three bodies, and also in the physiological body, it will show up as weaker metabolism. Then only a fool would be drinking alcohol and causing an eclipse on the internal Agni. Anyway, it is completely up to you. I might have used a strong word, but well, completely up to you. I'm just trying to explain a point. This is also a month when in Bihar we celebrate the Chhat Puja. When the sun is at its weakest debilitation point, that is when this festival comes about. Remember that sun needs to be worshipped for many, many things. It is the reason why there is life on this earth. For people who are suffering from any skin disease, an extreme point of a skin disease is leprosy. For anyone who's first points first. So anyone who's suffering from a skin disease, the sun needs to be worshipped. Anyone who has vision problem, the sun needs to be worshipped. Bones are weak, the sun needs to be worshipped. Immunity is weak, the sun. The pancreas are not producing enough insulin and you are diabetic, the sun needs to be worshipped. And so on and so forth. These are the very basic ones that I'm sharing with you. So when cosmically we know that the sun is going through a debilitation point in the ecliptic around the earth, and at that point in time it is most important to worship the sun. So in the month of Kartik, and especially also during Chhat and also during these 5 days, the worship of sun is very, very important. Now, A very powerful stotram for worshipping sun is the Aditya Hridaya Stotram, also the Suryashtakam, and also simply the Gayatri mantra or the Surya Gayatri. Surya Gayatri is Om Adityaya Vidmahe Sahasrakirnaya Dhimahi Tanno Surya Prachodayat. Also often referred to as a Surya mantra. A mantra that was given to my Jyotish Guru by his mantra guru, which is a very powerful Surya mantra, which also has a bija of Surya. It is a great antidote for, it's a short mantra and a great antidote for any problem with the eyes, bones. I've mentioned what all comes under. It's great as an immunity booster as well. This is at the physiological level. If I were to look at a deeper level, then this mantra also gives the ability to understand and do Jyotish, astrology, very finely, because it opens the inner vision as well. Jnana Chakshu. Om Ghrinihi Surya Aditya Om. This is that mantra that was shared with us by my Jyotish Guru, K.N. Rao sir. Now, I am coming back to Dhanteras. Everybody has heard of the story of Samudra Manthan, which is mentioned in Vishnu Puran, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Puran. When the world became Shrihin, Ma Lakshmi was no longer there, then the Samudra Manthan had to take place. The idea was basically to bring back Ma Lakshmi from Patal Lok. So we all know that Narayan took the kurma, the form of the kurma, the tortoise, and on top of that was Mandar Parvat, and Vasuki, the Vasuki Nag, played the role of the rope. On one side were the Devas, on the other side were the Asuras, for the manthan of the Sagar, for the churning of the ocean of milk. Kshir Sagar. When we go to Jagannath, we always go to the ocean there, just behind Jagannath. It is referred to as the Kshir Sagar. It is said to be the Sasural. The in-laws of Jagannath stay there. So Ma Lakshmi is from the Kshir Sagar. So just sharing a point here. So when the ocean is churned, the first thing that comes out is poison, halahal. And Shiva, Mahadev, is called to drink upon that poison. And this is the point where he develops the Neel. He is referred to as the Neelkant because the poison is there in his throat from now. So this day, today is the day of the Sagar Manthan. When Ma Lakshmi comes out from the Kshir Sagar as a process of the Manthan, this is that day today. In the Swarna Bhumi airport at Thailand, I haven't visited that place, but it is famous for its depiction of the Sagar Manthan. Asia, Jambudweep, remember, this Sanatan Dharma had gone far and wide, but now it's just contained within this country and a bit in Nepal and some bits in some other places. Okay. So during the Sagar Manthan, the first thing that comes out is halahal, and Mahadev is called upon. He drinks the halahal. Then comes Ma Lakshmi, and many others come alongside. Uchchashrava, the seven-headed horse, which is given to the Asuras. The goddess of wine, an umbrella, Tulsi, as a tree, the Parijat tree, Kamadhenu, Surbhi, the divine cows, the celestial cows, Rambha and Urvashi, the celestial Apsaras. And then eventually comes Dhanvantari ji, the god incarnate for Ayurveda, with a kumbh, with a pot. So today is also Dhanvantari Avtaran, because in the churning of the ocean, Lord Dhanvantari also comes up. So today one also must worship Lord Dhanvantari for a long ayu, for a disease-free body. You don't have a picture of Lord Dhanvantari? Remember, he is Narayan Swarup. Om Dhanvantaraye Namah is a mantra. If not, then because he is Narayan Swarup, Shaligram is worshipped today as a form of Dhanvantari Lord. Today, Shaligram is worshipped as Dhanvantari. So that too is a way to worship. So a kalash is created with holy water. It is worshipped, and Lord Dhanvantari is propitiated today as well. Today, because Mahalakshmi is supposed to have come out from the Patal, so in lot of olden households you will see that, where the pipes are coming up or drain points, they will put a diya there as well today. So from today officially starts the 5-day festival of lighting up diyas, removing darkness, अग्नि को प्रज्वलित करना, क्योंकि सूर्य की अग्नि क्षीण है, इसलिए so therefore we create the urja right here where we are. Okay, so today, while you might buy a precious metal, say a gold or a silver or something, but remember, and as I said, and this too happens on Akshaya Tritiya when a lot of people buy gold and silver. Whatever is done on an Akshaya Tritiya or today will multiply, will become manifold, and that is how Mahalakshmi will come into your household. But remember, today's spiritual practice is very important, because Mahalakshmi will also give bal to your spiritual practice. So don't just be materialistic and buy silver and gold. Of course buy, there's no harm, and you must welcome Ma as Dhana as well, because that is how we live a life. We need material abundance to live our lives, and to take care of our families, our children. It is important. So there is no I'm not taking higher ground by saying, oh, only spiritual practice and please don't buy. No, there is no, because one requires to take care of this physical body, one requires dhana, and to have a good household and to lead a life where there is enough one does require Mahalakshmi's blessings as Dhana Lakshmi. So that too is important. But don't just be caught up in the Dhana aspect, in the Aishwarya aspect of Mahalakshmi. There are other aspects as well, which I explained. Mahalakshmi is referred to as Ashtalakshmi, not just Dhanalakshmi. So Ashtalakshmi. I am sharing a very important ritual that has to be done today. In this particular ritual, in the evening today, we make a khichdi of sabut urad, rice, and just a bit of ghee. So no salt, nothing, no masalas are put in this. It's taken on a little leaf or that, the leaf plate. It's put there, and a 4-sided diya is lit, and you put it in your temple, and Lord Yama is propitiated with the mantra of Om Yamaya Namaha. Once that happens, if you don't have a earthen diya, you can even make a diya of kneaded dough, okay, of flour. Kneaded dough, atta, gunda atta, correct? And you tie a red thread, the molly, around it, and it's kept in your temple, and then it is taken around the heads of the people of the family. So if you're a grihastha, you just, जिसे कहते हैं सर से वारना, उतारना. So that deepak, after you worship the deepak in the temple, then you take the deepak along with the full patra, which has the khichdi of sabut urad and chawal, and you rotate it clockwise around the heads of the family members, and then the lady does not keep it down. She takes it and goes out of the house and puts it in the southern direction of the house. In this way, any fear of akal mrityu or any mishap that could have happened to a family member, that is sort of removed. An obstacle would be removed. Okay, so this is done. This is a very important ritual to be done today. The other, of course, as I said, today is that day of Sagar Manthan. Ma Lakshmi needs to be propitiated. Lord Dhanvantari needs to be propitiated as Shaligram, and therefore worship is important. The month of Kartik, Surya Agni is Kshin, so a lot of intake of food, don't go in for gluttony and don't be overeating, and alcohol is an absolute no, by the way, because as I said, it's a tattva of Rahu, and Rahu is what causes an eclipse on the sun. So this is for today. Tomorrow is an important day when Narakasur was killed. It is called Naraka Chaturdashi. Everybody calls it Choti Diwali, and they think, okay, before the main Diwali, now today is a day to light crackers, and that's about it. Well, do what you have to, but remember, this is a great time to build tapasya Agni, okay, in the third body, okay. So don't lead a debauched 5-day Deepawali. Worship, abstain, and do your spiritual practice. Very, very important. And of course, light diya, and it's a great bonding time with your family. So whatever be your state, whether you're a grihast, you're a single person, you decide what you have to do. But of course, be happy. But I'm saying, when I say be happy, I'm saying it's not just about merrymaking, okay? Merrymaking, is it correct or not? Whatever. It's not just about partying. That's what I mean to say. So Naraka Chaturdashi, Narakasur is killed. Krishna kills Narakasur. Then they say Ma Kali kills Narakasur. Remember, Krishna and Kali are the same. If the universe was looked upon as coming out from the mother's womb, then the equation is balanced between Krishna and Kali. Similarly, like it is balanced between Ma Tara and Lord Ram from a tantric tradition. So, Naraka Chaturdashi. It is also worshipped in Bengal as Bhoot Chaturdashi. 14 diyas are lit, and it is said that even the ancestors come that day, okay, and bless the family. It is a day to take an oil bath, where we say that, a herbal paste is applied on the body, which could be of besan, gram flour, of, split green moong dal, okay, simple. A herbal paste is applied, and oil, you take a oil bath of sesame oil, til. It's said it's best to be done in Brahm Muhurt, early morning, but however, that oil, when washed off your body, is supposed to take care or remove all disease or the seed of disease from your body. So you take your bath with that oil, and it's called the Abhyang Snan in the south of India, and that is an arogya. It gives arogya to the body. Every Krishna Chaturdashi is also Maas Shivratri. Everybody knows that. There's one Mahashivratri, which comes in the month of Margshish, and every month in the Krishna Paksha, every Chaturdashi is also worshipped as Maas Shivratri, the month's Shivratri. So tomorrow, being Krishna Chaturdashi, is also Maas Shivratri. So Shiva is also worshipped tomorrow, importantly. Lord Hanuman is also worshipped tomorrow. So depending on how you want to, I'm just giving you some pointers. So remember that it's an important day of worship. From Dashera to Deepawali, and this is a point I've shared many times. From Dashera to Deepawali, the Narsimhi Shakti is very powerful, and it slays demons on the night of the dark night, which is Deepawali Amavasya. To worship Lord Narsimha on Naraka Chaturdashi is also of significance. You could do that. Then comes the day of Deepawali, the dark night. It is an Amavasya. While you light all diyas, note that that day is a dark night. The Asuri Shakti has become powerful on dark nights. Okay? So therefore, worship is very important in the Abhijit Muhurta of midnight. So while you might worship in the day, it is important to worship during the night. It's important. Lot of people, you could call a Brahmin to do the puja at your house, but remember, just follow one spiritual practice for these 5 days. It could be as simple as doing 9 Aditya Hridaya Stotrams every day. Today being Dhanteras, Kanak Dhara Stotram is of great importance. Kanak Dhara is a Lakshmi Ma Stotram recited by Adi Shankaracharya when Adi Shankaracharya was 8 years old. It is one of the most beautiful stotrams of Mahalakshmi. When you do Deepawali Puja, and starting today being Dhanteras, you can start reciting the Kanak Dhara Stotram and you could recite it for all 5 days. You could increase the frequency of it. On Deepawali, first you worship Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, and then Mahalakshmi. So, a very powerful, if you have the time, then Gakar Adi Sahasranam Stotram. Every 1000 names of Ganesha will start with a G. That is called Gakar Adi Ganesh Sahasranam. It's a very powerful stotra. Otherwise, you could do the smaller mantras. You could even do Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada 27 times, 108 times. Any which way start your worship with the Ganesh mantra. So that starts today. So you start with the Ganesh mantra, you take Kanak Dhara Stotram. Now, it might get difficult to just read the Kanak Dhara and recite it at one go because it is difficult Sanskrit. An easier version is Lakshmi Ashtakam. Lakshmi Ashtakam is recited by Lord Indra. Simple Sanskrit, 8 shlokas. You can increase the frequency, you can start doing it from today itself. For those who are celebrating Maas Shivratri tomorrow, Mahamrityunjaya is a great mantra to do. Shivashtakam, Rudrashtakam are great mantras to do tomorrow. The Narsimha Mantram is also very powerful to be done in these days leading up to Diwali. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Narsimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham. That's the mantra. Then again on Deepavali, as I have said, Ganesh, Gakar Adi Ganesh Sotra or the smaller Ganesh mantras and the Kanakdhara or the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam and then do the Aarti. You can't just simply start with offering Naivedya, the Panchopchar Pujan as you do of Deepavali, and then you can't just simply do the Aarti. You must have some mantras that you will recite, and then of course you will go ahead with the Aarti, which everybody knows. It's in every book, every Aarti book that you get. A lot of people, and me included, we worship Mahakali as well because Mahakali is worshipped on Amavasya, and tomorrow's Amavasya is a very powerful Amavasya to worship Mahakali. It's important to have a diya burning all throughout the night, a 4-sided diya. Okay, that's the way we do it. One day after Deepavali, that is on the 13th of November, that day Govardhan Parvat is worshipped. It's also referred to as the festival of Annakut. It is also called Bali Pratipada. This day is different from the Prakatya of Lord Vaman. It is also the day when Lord Bali, after Lord Vaman, Raja Bali, King Bali, when Lord Vaman stepped on his head as the third step to gain control over the 3 worlds. That is why Lord Vaman is also referred to as Trivikrama. So Lord Bali, King Bali is then relegated to the Patal Lok. He is now the king of the Patal Lok, and he is supposed to be the next Lord Indra. I'll explain what that means probably in another video what do you mean by saying that King Bali will become the next Lord Indra? In fact, there is a mantra of King Bali where it is, in the mantra it is said that now you will be the next Lord Indra. So on Bali Pratipada, which is on the day after Deepawali, King Bali comes from the Patal Lok to the earth, and Bhoga, some Naivedya is offered to him so that he comes on earth to meet his subjects and then goes back to the Patal Lok. King Bali controls a lot of negative energy. When he is given Bhoga or Naivedyam on the first day after Deepavali, the first day of the Shukla Paksha of the month of Kartika, which is also called Bali Pratipada, then he controls a lot of, he gains more power over negative energy. So it is important to offer him Bhoga. This is also the day when Lord Krishna told the people of Braja that they need not worship the Indra and the Lord Indra, and Indra gets very angry, and there is immense rain, and that's when Lord Krishna picks up the Govardhan Parvat on his little finger. So Annakut and Govardhan Puja, that is the day, okay, the Pratipada of Kartik Shukla Paksha. So Govardhan Parvat is worshipped that day. If you can, please do take a parikrama of the Govardhan Parvat, and many beautiful delicacies in terms of food is offered to Krishna and the gopis, and of course this is a beautiful festival, Annakut or Govardhan Puja. In a lot of houses they make Krishna with they make Krishna, they use cow dung, and now when we use cow dung in our pujas, I do havan and I use cow dung. So when you say that what is so special about a cow, well, I will discuss that later. You're using what the cow is excreting as havan samagri. That's what everybody does in temples as well. There is they do lap of cow dung. Why? There must be something special about the internal process of that animal, that that's why she is referred to as Gaumata. So you must understand this. For a lot of people who don't, there is science, and there is a lot of science which is beyond the rudimentary science that people know. So there is beyond it as well. For example, people who say, oh, we don't believe in Jyotish. Well, I say this many times, a man or woman of a scientific temper will not negate a subject without really delving into it. Have you delved into it? Have you understood the subject and realized, oh, it doesn't work? Then you negate it and say, dismiss it. You've never known the subject, you've never read the subject, but you dismiss it. You call that scientific temper? Well, that's being foolhardy then. Okay. So that is Bali, Pratipada, Annakut or Govardhan. Then we have the second day, which is celebrated as Bhai Dooj or Yam Dvitiya. It is also a day when Lord Yam comes to his sister's house, which is Yamuna Devi's house, and it is said that when the brother comes into the sister's house, on that day, the bond strengthens, plus it takes away the ill or the mishap that could have happened to the brother, because the sister prays for his long life, and that is also a blessing that Lord Yama gives to his sister, River Yamuna, and tells her that the sister will gain Sukha Samriddhi and the brother will be saved from any ill or evil. That's the tilak of Bhai Dooj. So even Lord Yama is worshipped that day again. An important thing that I forgot to tell you, and that will gain relevance now, is that when the Samudra Manthan happens and Ma Lakshmi comes out, then Jyeshtha also comes out. Jyeshtha is the elder sister of Ma Lakshmi, and Jyeshtha is also known as the lady who controls daridre, okay, or misery. Misery is not the correct translation. Daridra, I can't find the correct translation for that. Okay, you can Google. So on Dhanteras, we always buy new brooms, new jadus, and we throw the old ones, we put them away in the southern direction. That becomes garbage. On the night of Deepawali, after you've done the worship and you get up in the morning, actually in the Brahma Muhurta, okay, so on Annakut, which means on the 13th, after you've done the Diwali Puja at 4 or 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, the new jhadu is worshipped with akshat, rice, a tilak and a mauli. And that worship is supposed to remove daridre from your house. When I mentioned that Kanak Dhara is to be done during Deepawali and in these 5 days, the other mantra I said was Mahalakshmi Ashtakam. Shri Suktam is also a powerful, mantra that can be done. Shri Suktam is a full part. You can even have a Pandit do a Havan on Shri Suktam for you. Shri Suktam is from Rig Veda. There is a mantra from Shri Suktam which is recited when we do this Jhadu Puja on the early morning of immediately after the Diwali night is over. So the Pratipada, just before, in the Brahma Muhurta of Pratipada. It is, so a shloka is read when the broom is worshipped. This shloka is from the Shri Suktam. This was given by a saint, a very high order saint who I visited when my Jyotish Guru K.N. Rao said that I must go and visit him, and after 6 months after that he took Mahasamadhi. He was referred to as Bhagwan. This is Sri Vidya Ashram, Sri Vidya Mandir, where Ma Tripur Sundari is worshipped at Indore. So this is what he said. So when the broom is worshipped, the 8th shloka of Shri Suktam is recited. So you can find it in Shri Suktam in the 8th, it is the 8th shloka. It is recited when the broom is worshipped. And this removes the power of Jeshtha or Daridre from your house. So this is an important small ritual. We all light candles, but remember when the diya is lit in oil, that is a specific significance. I'll try and explain why diyas are important. And when I say diya, I mean oil, not waxed diyas. Of course, you can light waxed diyas, but when a diya with oil is lit, it's basically a propitiation of the tattvas. So you have Prithvi, you have Jal, which is in the case of a liquid form, and then there is Agni. If you do wax diyas, there is no Jal tattva, there is no liquid. And Agni will only get prajwalit after the Jal chakra or the Jal tattva is propitiated. Just giving you an idea, please don't say that, do what you please. This is the ideal thing that I'm trying to tell you.